Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham, at home today, midweek day off. Put out our preview earlier today, our Bears versus Packers preview, keys to victory. Go check that out after this video. At the very end of the video, a couple of video options will pop up, and you can click on the preview if you want to check that out. So go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss a video here on the channel. And it's Packers week. You're going to want to be subscribed because we're going to have all the latest news and rumors leading up to Sunday Night Football. All right, welcome in. We've got some news that has dropped this afternoon. A couple of roster moves, some injury updates, a new update on Velus Jones Jr., so stick around for that. But first, let's get to the roster moves first. Michael Schofield, the veteran guard, has been re-signed to the active 53-man roster because Alex Leatherwood has been placed on the NFI list, the non-football illness list, because he has come down with mono. Remember when Sam Darnold infamously had mono a few years ago, missed 2, 3, 4 games, whatever it was? Well, Leatherwood has mono, so they went ahead and put him on the NFI list, which means he is out for the next 4 weeks. Now, Matt Eberflus said that they feel good about where he is right now and his ability to come back, but he will be out weeks 2 through 5, which honestly isn't that big of a deal. He was inactive in week 1. He's still probably learning the offense. I don't think the Bears picking him up off the waiver wire after NFL roster cutdown day was, we need to fast track him to start right away. That was a long-term upside play to have roster control over a young player for the next 3 or 4 years. So I'm not too worried about it. It's not like he was threatening to start anytime soon. So he'll be out for a month, and then we'll see where he's at after that. Michael Schofield takes his place on the 53-man roster. You go back to when the Bears signed him right before training camp, and I thought he was going to come in and be this team's right guard. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. He didn't perform so well. Tevin Jenkins got moved there. Lucas Patrick gets hurt, so he's been playing there some with the hand issue. Mustipher at center recently. So a lot of stuff has changed since they initially signed Schofield, but this makes sense because he can come in, be a veteran backup. He knows the system. He was with this team in camp. He has a lot of starts and playing experience under his belt. So if an injury or two were to pop up, Schofield could easily plug in there and play and at least be a serviceable caliber player. What are your thoughts on this situation, on Michael Schofield heading to the 53-man roster and to Alex Leatherwood being put on the NFI list? What are your thoughts on this one? My thoughts are, okay, that's my one-word reaction. Give me a one-word reaction to the Bears roster moves today. Good, bad, disappointing, don't care, not that big of a deal. I don't think it's a huge deal, so I'll say, okay, that's my reaction. Let me know what yours is down in the comments section. Okay, so those are the roster changes. Now, you guys and myself have been eagerly awaiting, okay, will Velus Jones play this week? Didn't play in week 1. Matt Eberflus said last week he's getting closer, but he did not practice at all last week. Well, first injury report of the week just came out about 15 minutes ago. He did practice today in a limited capacity. Now, limited is kind of a loose term on NFL injury reports. Sometimes that means just doing a little bit off to the side, individual stuff. Sometimes it means you did a lot, but maybe you couldn't do every rep or something like that. There's kind of some wiggle room there. But if you look back to last week, for example, Dominique Robinson was limited all week pretty much, and he played on Sunday and played at a high level. So the fact that he actually got out there, ran around, did some stuff, is a good sign. That bodes well for him. He's at least trending in the right direction. Now, we'll wait and see if that means he's going to play on Sunday night, but we're trending up. We're moving this thing in the right direction. I would say his chances of playing this week are clearly better than they were a week ago. Now, a new member on the injury report, not as significant, but could be depending if something else happened. Riley Reiff, he was limited with a shoulder injury. Not sure if something popped up, because obviously he's a backup, so it's not like he played on Sunday, but that is somewhat notable. He's your swing tackle, so you would like to have him active, of course. on game day. Not too concerned. He was limited. He's a vet. He's not a guy that needs to be full throttle every practice anyway, but he was a new addition to the injury report. Now, the reason we're breaking all this down is because it's Bears versus Packers week. Packers hate week here at Chicago Bears now. You know what to do. Every video this week, type it down below. FGB. F Green Bay. You guys know what it stands for. Get it going in the comments section because trying to beat the Packers this week, baby. Let's go. Got to start 2-0 with a win this weekend. Hopefully it happens. Get the FGBs going. It's the movement here at Bears Now by Chat Sports that we started several months ago. FGB. Spam it down in the comments below. A couple other notes on this game. Lucas Patrick has been named an honorary captain for this week. Remember, 4 permanent captains all year long. Justin Fields, Cody Whitehair, Roquan Smith, and Robert Quinn. And then every week there will be an honorary captain. This week it is Lucas Patrick. Not too surprising going up against his former team, but also he was probably high in the vote in terms of getting votes for being a captain for this team. He took on a leadership role as soon as he signed this offseason. A lot of people thought he would be a permanent captain, so I'm not surprised that he is this week's honorary captain. Now the question still looms around Lucas Patrick. When's he going to be able to play center? Is he going to be able to play center this week? Is he still going to rotate at right guard? Is he going to be a backup? I thought Patrick played well. I did think Tevin Jenkins outplayed him at right guard. So if you're only going to go with one guy there instead of rotating like he did last week, I would prefer to play Tevin Jenkins. But if he's healthy enough to snap, I think he's better than Sam Mustipher, although I think we should give Mustipher a lot of credit. He's done a good job playing there at center, holding his own, and he's got a lot of experience under his belt at this point. But hopefully he's able to get back to playing center soon, that being Patrick. We'll wait and see how the rest of the week plays out to see what the Bears' plans are on the offensive line. But he is an honorary captain. A couple other things. Justin Fields spoke to the media today and, talked about this upcoming matchup, of course. And, he got asked some questions about last week's game, but I want to focus on this one. He said that he thinks the Packers will play a lot better. They've got something to prove after not playing well in week 1, which is true, obviously. I mean, the Packers, they're going to play with a little edge this week. It's a rivalry game. They're 0-1. Bears are 1-0, so if they lose this game, they being the Packers, Bears get an early 2-0 lead on them. 2-0 head start, I should say, while they're 0-2. I expect the Packers to play better, and so does Justin Fields. And Roquan Smith echoed that sentiment yesterday, and that's what we should all expect. We should all expect Green Bay to go out there and play a much crisper game. We've talked about it before. We've talked about it, ad nauseum the last couple of days. Aaron Rodgers rarely has 2 bad performances in a row. So keep that in mind. And speaking of that, he could be getting some reinforcements back as well. The Packers haven't actually released their injury report. I'll go ahead and pull it up, make sure that they haven't tweeted it. But some reporters up in Green Bay reported who did practice today up in Green Bay, and they got a few guys back that did not play this week. And actually, the Packers just dropped the injury report, so I can drop it here. So here we go. David Bakhtiari, still dealing with that knee, limited at practice, so he's trending up. Elgton Jenkins also dealing with the knee injury. He is limited. Allen Lazard limited with an ankle injury. Those are kind of the 3 big ones. Quay Walker, full participant with the shoulder. John Runyon in the concussion protocol. He did not practice. Keyshawn Nixon, full participant with the shoulder. Then Jake Hansen, an interior offensive lineman, full participant as well. But Bakhtiari, Jenkins, and Lazard, all who did not play in week 1, limited today. I would guess some, if not all of those guys, will return for Green Bay this weekend. And if that's the case, that obviously bodes well for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers because Rodgers was frustrated the first week. His receivers were dropping balls. His offensive line wasn't holding up because he was playing with some backups. So if he gets Bakhtiari back and Elgton Jenkins, 2 really good players up front, and then Allen Lazard, who he called his number 1 receiver during the offseason, I mean, that's 3 notable starters right there. So keep an eye on that. We'll monitor the injury reports throughout the week. But looks like the Packers Packers could be getting healthy, and it looks like the Bears are going to be fully, or if not close to fully healthy as well, depending on how Velus Jones progresses here. Hopefully he's able to go on Sunday. So setting up to be a game between two pretty healthy teams early on in the season should make for a fun one. Get those score predictions in. Predict the score of Bears versus Packers. Let us know in the comments who's going to win and what the final score is going to be. I picked with my heart. Logic says the Packers will bounce back, but I picked with my heart. Bears 24-20. I fully acknowledge the Bears are and should be underdogs, but something feels different about this team. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do think the Bears will at least be competitive and keep it close in this one. So get those score predictions in right now. All right, hit that sub button. We'll be back tomorrow with another video here on Chicago Bears Now, so go ahead and subscribe. Plus, you can follow me on social media at HGramNFL, both on Twitter and Instagram. And with that being said, bear down, FGB, and we'll see you soon.